a estar el chino.
Muy bien. A ver si cabemos. No, pues no son, ¿dónde hay? Ahorita.
Opportunity. I look across at the thousands of faces that stand here today. I understand fully the momentous occasion that you are experiencing. I look at the students, parents, and families, and I know full well what is going through your hearts and minds. This opportunity was specifically significant to me personally. Our two sons will be graduating from college later this month. So I understand, and I appreciate it. I have one brief message that I would like to share with you. I'd like to couch it in the form of an anecdote. The story is told of a little boy whose 5-year-old sister had recently had surgery. Because of a complication, she required a transfusion. It became apparent that the best match for her was her older brother, who himself was quite young. The doctor approached the little boy, and he asked him if he would give a little bit of his blood to help his sister. The boy turned pale, but responded that yes, he would. After the preparations were made and the blood was begun to be drawn from him, the doctor noticed that the boy began to grow more pale and more pale. And he was quite concerned because this was very unusual. So he went over to him and he asked him, "Are you not well?" So he said, "No, sir. I was just wondering when I will die." The doctor was stunned. And he looked at the little boy and he said, "Do you think that people die when they give blood?" And the boy answered, "Yes, sir." And the doctor asked, "Are you going to give your life for your sister?" And the boy answered quietly, "Yes, sir." There are times in life when we must, in addition to maintaining an objective of grand goal and opportunity, to understand our responsibility in the small scale of things. We must understand that while at times a gift, a sharing, may seem a momentous sacrifice, when the proper perspective is attained, that it is what it actually is, a gift. We have a responsibility. You have a responsibility. You have enjoyed the benefits of education in this wonderful university and are about to embark upon your path in life. You must understand that all of humanity are our brothers and sisters. Every individual, when they turn and they ask for assistance, to them it may indeed be a transfusion of blood. But for us, it is something we have to understand. It is our ability to provide, and indeed our responsibility. As we stand here today, we hope and we pray that this message, this conviction, you will carry with you while you will achieve in your professions and your general life's objectives, to always look around you, to see the faces as brothers and sisters. And we all look at humanity as brothers and sisters, and indeed we become a family. And as a family, we can only not help but endure and succeed. God bless you all.
This commencement is the occasion for the 21st presentation of the Metcalf Cup and Prize for Excellence in Teaching, made possible by the gift of Dr. Arthur G.B. Metcalf, an alumnus, former faculty member, trustee, and now chairman emeritus of the Board of Trustees of Boston University. This year's recipients will be recognized by John Westling, Executive Vice President and Provost, and presented by Dr. Metcalf of the Board of Trustees.
The purpose of the Metcalf Awards is to establish a systematic procedure to review the quality of teaching and to identify and reward those members of the faculty of Boston University who excel as teachers.
Provost, I have the honor to present Professor Morton Hoffman, winner of the 1994 Metcalf Cup and Prize for Excellence in Teaching.
In his 33 years at Boston University, Professor Hoffman has ushered generations of students through chemistry. Many of these have gone on to distinguished careers in science and medicine. He is a consistent master of each element of the teacher's art: lecturing, tutoring, mentoring, curriculum. He has created his classroom, his laboratory, and his office an environment of inquiry, excitement, love of learning, all the while inspiring others through the example of his own highly productive research in chemistry.
To the podium.
Mr. President,
Trustee Questrom.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present Luciano Benetano of Boston University's honorary degree.
Luciano Benetton.
Mr. President,
Trustee Vermillion.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Ms. Julie Harris for Boston University's honorary degree.
And then to the title role in Wycherley's The Country Wife. In this production, will Trustee Marshall Sloan escort our honored guest to the podium?
Mr. President,
Trustee Sloan.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Mr. Sumner Redstone for Boston University's honorary degree.
Richard Joachim, escort our honored guest to the podium.
Mr. President,
Trustee Joachim.
I have the honor to present Mr. Robert Shaw for Boston University's honorary degree.
Robert Shaw, your name is synonymous with the human voice in concert assembled. Millions of Americans find it hard to believe that the word chorale exists, except after the words Robert Shaw. The Robert Shaw Chorale, 30 superb voices superbly trained and led, brought great choral music to America in concert, in radio performances, and recordings. Before there were long-playing records, Americans eagerly bought the 17 shellac discs containing...
Introduce Dr. Diana Chapman Walsh for Boston University's honorary degree.
Diana Chapman Walsh, your career has been marked by two qualities: your continuing devotion to the importance of writing and your adaptability to circumstance.
Mr. President,
Trustee Baraka.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Mr. Ross Perot for Boston University's honorary degree.
Ross Perot, your life and work display the paradoxes of a visionary who gets things done. Your network, you have remarked, is what it is because back at the start, electronic data services looked like such a bad idea that no one else wanted to invest in it. Only a visionary would have imagined the end of football's dominance over the Texas public schools. Only a gifted and determined wrangler could have roped, butchered, barbecued, and served up the sacred steer of the Lone Star State. Only a daring and devoted employer would have tried to rescue his employees from the clutches of the Ayatollah, and only an immensely effective leader could have succeeded. Your relationship to money embodies an important paradox. You would agree with those who call you one of the richest men in history, but you define your riches in terms of the parents who created the family you grew up in, and the family you and your wife have built for your children. Few have had so much money, far fewer still have so completely subordinated it to the things that really matter. Your magnificent philanthropies are exemplified in the gift you presented the National Archives, the only Magna Carta that will ever leave Britain. Your 1992 run for president made you a folk hero and has left an important legacy of heightened citizen involvement and an organization of Americans who have come together not to divide the spoils after the election, but to advance the issues in which they believe. As a part of your campaign to make issues count, you focused the nation's attention on the crucial problem of the deficit and its cumulative effect on our children and grandchildren. Ross Perot, entrepreneur, philanthropist, teacher, leader, American original, Boston University proudly confers on you the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
You are the class of 1994. You and others like you will, to a large extent, determine what the 21st century is going to be like. Are you going to make it the best in this great country's history? I hope so. There must be somebody out there in television land, you know, huddled up in a dark room saying, ooh, it's going to be so hot. The challenges we face are nothing. You are in a historic spot. You are where? You are near Plymouth Rock. You are where the Boston Tea Party took place. We're talking about high-risk ventures here. You are near Bunker Hill. You are in the state where the Kennedy family lived. I don't have to tell you the sacrifices that John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, and Mrs. Kennedy made for this great country. What we're talking about in rebuilding for the 21st century is a piece of cake compared to giving your life. Can we agree on that? Okay. We are the luckiest people in the world. Angela from Iowa cannot come to Boston University, and she surely can't go find a pyramid in the middle of nowhere that a bunch of PhDs couldn't find for decades, right? Dr. Brown grew up in an orphanage, wanted to be a surgeon. Forget it. She didn't forget it. You say, look at the obstacles she had to overcome. Her challenge was like climbing a cliff barehanded, covered with ice. She did it. That's what America's all about. I'll tell you one more example. I'll never come to Boston without bringing up the name John Connors, because he is just a little bit over the years. He grew up in this area, great family. He went to Worcester Polytechnic. He was a chemical engineer. He went to the University of Heidelberg his junior year, didn't know how to speak German, learned how to speak German, and got honors grades in chemistry. Now, all you folks at the top of the pile here will admit that's a pretty tough challenge, learn a language and get honors grades. Then he came out. And I think of John when I look at all you guys out there in uniform here with the back of them. John was a naval officer. John was a Navy SEAL. John was in Bethesda Hospital when Panama went down. John had the perfect ticket not to go. John went AWOL to be with his men. John's mission was to take Noriega at the airport. That's a pretty central mission in that effort. Noriega never came to the airport. John Connors gave his life. Surely you can understand why I cannot come to Boston and not mention his name. He's a man that we must always honor. I wanted to congratulate you, and now I'd like to thank the faculty. With your great talents, you could have pursued many and more financially rewarding careers, but you chose to dedicate your lives to molding tomorrow's leaders. And there are a lot of ways to make more money than doing that. They have given themselves and given their lives to you. They, the faculty, will make a huge difference in determining what our country will be 20 and 30 years from now because of the training you receive. What they have done is far more important than what they could have done to make a lot of money. People who give their lives in service should always be recognized. I ask every person here who is graduating to seek out those professors that made a difference in your lives and thank them today and give them a big hug. Just as important, there's a group out here today that I just love, and those are the folks in the orange vests. And I finally asked Dr. Silver, who are the people in the orange vests? He says, these are people who work all across the campus. These are the people who are who we used to call them house mothers in the dormitories. These are the people who keep the place going. They're out here today to participate in your graduation, and guess what? They're not being paid. They are giving their time so that your graduation will be perfect. Make sure you thank them, because if they hadn't been here all 4 years when you were here, when the heat went off in the middle of the winter, you'd have missed them, right? Don't ever forget, they're vitally important to this place. I'd like to talk to the graduates whose parents are here today, who had to work and sacrifice so that you could get your degree. In the euphoria of this day, please sit down. Let them know how much you appreciate their sacrifices, and let them know how much you love them, because they have really gone to the wall so you could have this great opportunity. Don't just take it for granted. They paid for it, thank them for it. But now that's small stuff. That's small stuff there. Talk is cheap, right? Here's the way you thank them for it. Go out and spend the rest of your life showing them they made a good investment. Fair enough? Okay. Now I'd like to talk to the graduates who finished first in the families, who are the first in the families to ever attend college. This is the American dream. Have we got some? Okay. Terrific. The dream lives. I had that experience. My father had to drop out of school and work as a Texas cowboy. Didn't finish high school. He's far smarter than I am. My mother got to finish high school but couldn't afford to go to college. They worked and sacrificed all their lives so that my sister and I could have the dream they never had. Your parents have that same dream for you, and they had worked and sacrificed. Please remember that through you, they are realizing the dream they had that never materialized. Please understand how important your graduation is to them. Thank them. Let them know how much you love them, and hug them hard. You have a special obligation to do something important with a chance they never had. If you do, their sacrifices for you will have all been worthwhile. And I know you will. I propose, I know you'll do that individually, but for all these different groups I've just mentioned, I propose that we take just a minute and take advantage of an old British naval custom. It's called 3 cheers. And the way you do it is I say hip hip and you say hooray 3 times. And I hope, at this level you can, pick that up hard. So what I would like to do is propose 3 cheers to the parents, to the faculty, to all these great people who are here today who work behind the scenes to make this great university go. So I propose 3 cheers to all of them. Hip hip! Okay, let's warm it up. Hip hip! Hip hip! God bless you all. Right, let me talk to the ones who finished at the top. That must be all of them. Okay. I'm worried about you. Don't be cocky. Don't be arrogant. Be humble. My big concern, based on years of dealing with the best and brightest, is that many times it's so easy for them they never achieve their full potential. Make sure you do. Get up every morning and say, this wonderful mind that I have is a genetic gift. I am lucky to have it. I'm not going to be cocky and arrogant about it. I am going to use it to its full potential. You have something like a perfectly wired stereo system that has no static. It's a gift. You can read complex scientific literature once, remember it, make a perfect score. Most of us have a lot of static in our heads and can't do that. Your minds can go places that our minds can never go, and you can do things that our minds will never let us do. And the minus to that is that success breeds arrogance and complacency. I've worked with thousands of young people over the years, and guess what? The average people always meet the best and brightest. It's one of my frustrations. Since you have this gift, make sure you use it to the outer edges of its capabilities, and then you will make a huge difference. So far, I am concerned that success has been too easy for you, even though I'm sure that right now you don't think it has. You have not had to sweat intellectually, and let me describe that. You don't know what it is not to finish first. You don't know what it is to strive and fail, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. You don't know what it is to finish the race at the end and not get the gold medal. The people who have had to do that again and again build a big advantage over you. They're used to disappointment. They're used to recovering from defeat. They've learned to persevere. I challenge you to use it all and achieve your full potential. Now, I'd like to talk to another group, the group that had to struggle to graduate. I don't worry a bit about you because adversity breeds strength. You're going to do just fine. Some of you had to read the same lesson 5 times. Then you had to underline it. Then you had to outline it. And finally, in order just to pass the course, you had to memorize it. On top of that, you probably had to seek help from your friends and professors. You say, gee, Ross, how do you know all that? Well, I fell into that category. I remember that very clearly. Don't think you're dumb. You've built in a big advantage. You've learned a priceless lesson. You've learned to persevere. You don't quit. You don't give up. You expect life to be hard, and when it's hard, you walk around grinning because that's just the way it is. You know you have to pay an extra price to get there, and you pay it. I've had the good fortune to meet many people in life that you would consider successful. In nearly every case, guess what? They have average intellects. It gives them an advantage because they understand they have to surround themselves with very talented people, and they get the multiplier effect. And again, the people who have been most successful have failed again and again and again. You never see their failures and disappointments, but they're all there, and they are the foundation on which their huge successes rest. But one of the things they learned as young people was don't get discouraged and don't give up. To the best and brightest again, just remember to keep it in perspective. Somewhere on the streets of India right now, a person brighter than you is starving to death. You're the luckiest person in the world because you happen to be here. Somebody better and brighter than you is coming out of Vietnam on a boat. Will probably drown at sea. Never have the opportunities that you and I have had. Even more relevant, across this country there are people working third shift just getting by in factories that are smarter than you and I. You say, oh, come on, Ron. Don Eaton, young man that went to work in General Motors factories. He was so bright he was accepted at MIT and couldn't afford to go. Then he was so bright, he was accepted at West Point and failed the eye exam and spent his life on the factory floor. He was the first factory worker to ever speak to the board. His speech was brilliant. I asked him if I could read it at some later date as my own, just to see the audience reaction. He laughed and said yes. I did it one night at the United Nations to a who's who of corporate America and got a standing ovation. When I told them whose speech it was, if I could have filmed their faces, I could have retired just selling that film. Now there is justice in life. Don Eaton is now retired, and guess what he does? He lectures at MIT, the school he couldn't afford to attend. Now that's an opportunity that would only come to us. See, Don didn't get the breaks. You say, what's the point of telling you that story? Don didn't get the breaks you had. The ball bounced the right way in your life. It makes a tremendous difference. If you'll go through life feeling lucky with a big dose of humility rather than feeling special, you'll beat those cocky guys and girls 10 times out of 10. When you see people in distress, because you've been so fortunate, never look down on them. just say, there but by the grace of God go I and help them. Now that's what makes America work. You say, well, can't we get a government program for them? Yeah, but it'll be 10th rate compared to you helping them right on the spot. Be a giver, not a taker. We're coming out of the me generation. I hope as you come into the world out of school, we're going into the we generation. Because if people are selfish, society doesn't work. All through life, just ask yourself, does it work? No, selfishness doesn't work. It's as old as the history of man. Our generation, in the me generation, has dug a deep hole for you to fill. And you say, gee, are we going to have to fill it? The answer is yes, and you say, why? Because it's there. We'll all have to get busy and fill it together. You need to be a giver, not a taker. Help other people at all times. Do a good turn daily. You learned that in scouting as a child. It works. It makes society work. Are you going to spend your life looking after number one? Or are you going to create opportunities for other people? If you can ever cross that bridge, that's your ticket to financial success. Create opportunities for other people. The story of my business career, I surrounded myself with people who are a lot better and brighter than I am. I listened to their ideas, we took their ideas, and they carried me on their shoulders from victory to victory to victory. Pretty simple stuff. One person can't get much done. A lot of people can get a lot done. Now, anytime I'm with a group like you, they always say, now, Ross, we want to be successful. Well, okay, we'll talk about that, but what is success? You say, well, success is making a lot of money. I said, no, you're on the wrong track. Success is being the best at whatever you do. You say, can I just be the best in my town? No. Can I be the best in my country? No, you got to be the best in the world because we live in a tiny world. You say, well, can I go for a red ribbon? No, there's no red ribbon for second place in business. You either win or you lose. You've got to be the best. Now you say, we're talking business? No. You're going to be a minister. Be the finest. You're going to be a doctor, teacher, or social worker. Be the finest. I hope you can't sleep at night unless you're achieving your full potential, because that determines what our country will be. Now, let's look at how things really happen as opposed to how many of you think they happen. For example, the Wright brothers just had to fly. You say, okay, that's fine, but the Wright brothers were two bicycle repairmen, like Angela from Iowa, right? She can't find a pyramid. They can't fly. There was a Dr. Langley that had the government grants. When today's world would say, oh, well, just shut down the Wright brothers, right? No, they had to fly, and they, every time you see, look up there, look at those trails going across the sky. Two bicycle repairmen from Dayton, Ohio did that. That's the magic of America, but they had to do it, and they got it done. Thomas Edison's teachers thought he was dumb. Don't forget, Dr. Brown, some of her teachers thought she was a trouble. When I find a character like that, I get excited. Because inevitably, these are highly creative, talented people. Every time you land at night, look down on the city, look at all those lights, and you say, a dumb guy. Thomas Edison did all that. He had to do it. If you study his life.
Mr. President. Professor Bellis.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy recommended by the faculty of the
Theology degree recommended by the faculty of the School of Theology.
Dean Baker.
Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the Master of Science degree as recommended by the faculty of the College of Communication. Mr. President, I have the great honor of recommending candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree as recommended by the faculty of the College of Communication.
Mr. President.
¿Adolfo se quedó en qué? ¿Era Centenio o no?
I send you forth into a world in which the experiences of day, the fulfillment and enthusiasm, the love and joy are not too often seen.
No, ¿pero qué era?
Remember this day. Someday you will be able to take strength from it. We send you into a world in which many folks speak of peace, but where peace with justice seems often to elude us. Strive with all your power, your imagination, your intelligence to bring genuine peace to some small corner of the world. I send you into a world in which lust and greed and power get a lot more play than faith and hope and love. Hold on to the best, the ideals and the hopes and the dreams that have been nurtured here. Finally, I send you into a world in which your education has made you one of the elite in all the world. With your privilege, you must show responsibility. With your success, show humility. And when power and possession come to you, know that they are not ends in themselves, but means to better life for others as well as for yourselves. Go forth into the world in peace. Be strong and of good courage. Hold fast that which is good. Love and serve the Lord with gladness and singleness of heart, rejoicing in the power of the Spirit. Let all God's people say, Amen.
How about this location, guys? On behalf of the faculty and all the staff, I want to welcome you to Commencement 1994. I would like at this time to thank some people who have been in the mud in this field, making this the greatest ceremony we've ever had. Debbie Nordhall and Betty Miller and all the BU employees, I salute you for this wonderful ceremony location today. Broadcasting equipment. Next, Professor David Annabelle, Chairman, School of Law. Next, Dr. Otto Lerbinger, outgoing Chairman, School of Mass Communication. And two people that with me throughout the year keep the college going, Assistant Dean Phyllis Robbins and Assistant Dean Marilyn Root. Dr. Teaching is not just a job. It's not just a profession. It's a special relationship with people, helping them grow. It's a wonderful way to spend your life. Today, we have some faculty members with us who are departing either through retirement or transfer. As I call their names, I don't care if you're up here in regalia or you're out there in the audience, I want you to stand and please hold your applause till I finish these names of these distinguished professors. Professor George Bluestone. Professor Jerry Hickey. Professor Jerry Isham. Professor Seth King. Professor David Claytell. Professor Walter Lubar. Professor Joanna White. Professor Jim Shanahan. Professor Julie Dobrow. And one of our colleagues is out there somewhere, Professor Zhou Li Fang from China, and he's going to great college.
Charmaine A. Augustine, summa cum laude. Jane Robert Solomon. Jenny Rebecca Russell, summa cum laude. Kristen Lisa Kova. Amanda Cruiser. Monica Benevides. I'm looking. Got it. Stand up. Did anybody speak in the conference? No one? Dr. Rubin. Dr. Rubin's there. And
Why do you say that?
Marilyn likes oh, yeah.
No, that means I'm recording. I got you.
And I was like, yeah. She's like, could you describe it to me? I was like, could you describe it to me? So she was like, I was like, well, you know, it's 2 bedrooms, a small kitchen, bathroom, and a living room. She's like, and then 2 more bedrooms? I was like, no, just 2 bedrooms. She's like, oh, so each of us have a bedroom. I'm like, if there's 2 of you, it's so hard here. And she's like, wait a minute, they told me I'd have my own bedroom. I'm like, you do have your own bedroom, but you share it with someone else, that kind of thing. And she was like, it took me a half an hour to explain to this girl. Oh, God.
She was an incoming freshman?
No, she was like, she worked at business. She's like, these
always
single or separate bedrooms. She's like, I'm leaving.
That means that she's
It's
taking
point. Oh, okay.
Oh, sure. You're trying to listen.
That's it. I'm out of here. I hate my picture taken. I hate my picture. Bye-bye.
It's amazing, Marcel, you can clear a room with one of those.
It's true. It's true. It's a shame, though.
Marcella having her first taste of food today.
No, actually, it's my second helping.
It's okay, I got you on the first one, too.
Bizarre gardening accident. Was that the first drummer? I'll wave this time.
Hey, another cooperative witness. There we go.
Wave, God,
At
wave.
least you take still pictures. I can video.
You can sing if you want.
I don't want.
Okay.
No one.
I thought I'd try.
We have scores and scores of these video cassettes that we'll never watch.
Like this one?
Because people, oh yeah, the lens can't go.
That makes a rip. There we go. We got you now.
Because of the United States. Yeah, we never take.
Okay. We got the girls drinking. I like that. Ah.
Going to Europe is like going to the West Coast. I mean, it's like maybe 8 hours, but versus 6 hours. But yeah, Carolyn is big excited. Well, my daughter goes a lot. She's done it so much. I am.
Where are you going?
We shut down our plant the
Phil's trip.
I thought it was they had lunch just before us.
Oh, yeah, well, he's going in,
He was telling that how many.
Oh, Sean, that's going.
I can't tell. Not funny.
I know.
I know. Out there, Mom.
Carol, what is Copper's
There's a guy that works for Copper's there, and he's, supervises, agents in that area. Oh, stay there, it's a good company.
I've made all of those.
Yeah.
Jack Bassett. This is the guy that gives me 5 strokes. Okay, good.
Let me pre-screen
Listen,
it.
I'm most struck out of that duplicate book.
Oh,
You do have the book, right?
I've got to tell you something about it. Yeah, I really gotta leave.
Oh,
But it's a really good book.
Well, Return of Them
That's
is
a gorgeous guy.
I know, no, I know.
That's so nice.
She went home long time ago. Huh? She went back to Boston.
That was one of
She
the
left.
things she
She
had to
spent
go
this
on
Friday.
the other.
So nice.
Here, I'm gonna take this.
So it's all right, so
Should I be the card cover up or
probably have
Except this card.
No.
Oh, okay, you still know him now.
Yeah, right.
Well, better that than to give something appropriate.
Well, right, that's how I felt.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to borrow that book.
Have a look.
John doesn't really do it. He's filming the rock. Are you filming, John? What is that blink?
Means the battery's getting low.
That's right.
He's filming. Hopefully. Hopefully. John's battery's gonna stop. So turn it off.
Todd, you should know by now, I've got years of...
What were you saying, Val?
Val, did you ever go to the Grad Center?
Big happens, and I think
You never saw that?
think negative of them.
Yes, actually,
But you tell her,
at 10 o'clock, you're going to and they were setting up the craft fair. And they said,
She's tough, Marcella.
I don't want to get them.
I wanted to see
She's tough.
But I'm tougher.
With that, well, you know.
I got her.
This is my friend.
Yeah, I saw it. It was clever. Oh, it wasn't clever.
And I love cards.
It wasn't well thought out. It was fine.
So nice.
That's very
Pretty uninventive, but. Well, you must have gone all the way to Ann Taylor to get no, actually, we were visiting my in-laws.
I hate pink on pink. I can't do it.
No, and they live in Connecticut. I stopped at the Manchester Mall there.
Want to use these, Marianne?
So it worked very nice.
Yeah, Jack's got some glasses with lights on them.
I definitely think she needs to go cut her eyes down.
Okay. Oh, he's right there to help you.
Look at
Oh, he's helping.
love you.
Love you, baby.
Love you, babe. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She was so cute.
Maureen, go to the graduation. Maureen, save this wrapping paper.
She's great. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she really,
Maureen,
wonderful.
save this wrapping
Maureen.
paper. It's got the Egyptian,
John, do that again, Sue.
really, it's great.
It was still with the band.
Oh,
The
yeah.
band, I see the pictures.
Yeah, very busy with the band.
All the time.
So we have a new album right now.
Yeah.
They're very busy.
Sue, quit unwrapping those gifts. They're not
You're
yours.
as busy as good. Better than being too idle.
Sean hasn't done any more about it.
Really? It's given it up?
Yeah, he gave it up. Well, they were going out on the road and stuff, and he chose to go to college.
He is out of control. He's going to
I got my tape.
Flight attendants is radically,
Yeah.
I threw it in.
On the plane.
That was funny. Oh, that is funny.
Right behind.
That was years ago.
It was really funny because
Okay,
these
Claude.
neighbors.
Tom, I can't believe you.
He got the magazines.
That's the ball of it.
Tommy, it's called Saved by Red.
Yeah, it was really just World War, you know, too, and
Oh, sure, yeah.
yeah, and
that's great.
So then I'd have to go to
The whole routine, right? It does get tiring having to answer that question.
John's given me 5 strokes. Did you say so, Tommy? 5 strokes from John?
Thank you very much. I've got to think about trees.
Just to let you know, this is Marianne's graduation and Jack is drunk.
Yeah.
Again.
Again.
Thank you very much.
Amy thought it.
Yeah, I thought it was June 7th. Marcella's graduation, she was June 3rd.
The big old show.
That's good. No, it's not. That's good. I love
From where?
That's good.
You stopped playing that hole, didn't you?
Rhisdom, Rhode Island School.
With you.
Oh,
That
really?
whale's mouth, that whale's mouth still throws
That's a good school.
Who's going to RISD?
Yeah, she's graduating.
You graduating?
Graduating this year.
And where do you,
are you?
Which department?
The art, I don't know. She did, some kind of. No.
Printmaking? Yeah?
She already has her master's in art. She just.
Oh!
One course.
Yeah.
But she thought it was fantastic.
This is from Luke, Wendy, and Noel. They're signing as a couple now.
You are keeping the...
I hope you got that on tape, John.
Battery's getting lower.
Thank God.
The suspense.
Marion, this is filmmaking at its best. It's going to be 8 seconds worth of film. We can see you come by this naturally.
This is my friend Todd and Heather.
But
Also my
this is
friend.
not, Heather is not a roommate.
Heather's not a roommate, but she does go to BU.
Oh, really? Have you graduated?
No, I have 2 more
She's a
years.
lowly sophomore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was talking to
Marion, you'll be a lowly.
Will and Eileen are signing
A
like
lowly
a
graduate.
Yeah, we were talking about
lowly first year graduate.
But that's not lowly.
Horrible.
You'll never be lowly again. Well, when you get a job.
Yeah, I'll be real low. Yeah, when you get the job, you're lowly. You're lowly and on the totem. Oh, that's what you are.
When's that going to be?
Marianne, stay in school. You'll be a hot shot for a long time. Someone said professional student was a great job.
In fact, you'll never get the 5 strokes. He's going to get the
I never got him so far, so what the hell, right? What am I going to lose, right?
So wait a minute, is Todd?
This guy's tight.
Runs friend?
Todd is
Todd
the
is
band.
the singer.
Oh, okay.
Where are we? Everybody. One basic, 2 basic.
Yeah.
Both basics.
Now wait, why'd you call Jack number 1? I would have voted for Sue.
I am here. I just Mary Ann. I am just
The lady knows what she's talking about.
Why
If you hadn't opened that package over
I
there,
just
you wouldn't
I
have
Good recovery, good recovery.
Save the paper.
The number 1 basket. Well, the number 1 basket.
I didn't say, no, I just said 1 basic and there's another 2 baskets.
Right, you.
I didn't say second.
No, second in command.
No.
Another
We all know.
Another number 1 basic, right?
Yeah. 1 and 2, we
Teach
know.
all kinds of things in college these days.
Watch my step.
Well, I will say number 2 went home. I mean, number 1, Scheinfeld is still here. He defends himself.
What happened to him? That's right, anyway.
He pooped out.
He's getting up early. Well, you're getting up early.
I'm getting up early. I bet I'm getting up earlier than all of you.
I'm getting up early. Go home and jump on that bed like a trampoline and you tell Lily when.
And that early is a relative term.
Thank you very much.
I want you to plan your travel.
That's nice.
Paxton.
No. Mary. You know what's the best thing about those? You can press your photographs in. Big enough flowers.
Thank you very much. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Number 2 best.
You're
Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Number 2 best.
I love my apples. Yeah.
I know.
See what happens.
Oh, that's what
And when you open the chip, watch the paper.
I wonder if
Yeah, it's already ripped. It's already started. You don't know what it is.
We going someplace special?
Then she came back to West
Plan your
Are you checking out to see where we live?
Wyoming unless you go to the Yellowstone because the rest of Wyoming
So
is the
they opened a cafe.
There's Providence.
Meet the buffalo.
Paxton!
It's called the Indigo
Is
Bistro.
it on the map? It sure is.
Right.
Wouldn't it be
And there's the old pond mill where you guys
done
got
in
the
clay.
back.
That's just one
Seen
side.
the dream my daughter took when Mortel got killed, and they were talking like about coffee on the common. They said the
Big time. We made the map.
only restaurant in the place. And I said, that's not true. We got 4 cars.
I've never been there yet.
Emma's a third grade teacher. I babysit for these children, and their grandmother is a child and both Em and Miss Louis Kahn.
Oh, Lois. Who knows Lois Kahn? How does she know Lois?
She babysits for her grandchildren.
Actually, they're
Our family's really close.
Her daughter, her daughter or son? She's a nice.
Debbie's really short.
And Lois just absolutely loves her son-in-law.
Yeah, oh, Jim? Jim's amazing.
Well, she just absolutely.
They're like my second family. Like,
And, but Lois really loves them. I mean, we went out on their boat last summer with Lois and Dick, and I mean, she really. I think they think more of him than they do
Who else would do that, right?
their younger son. One of the twins. One of the twins.
Hold that thought, Marcella. Hold that thought.
More of him.
But Jim is the nicest guy. Like, he's already so he's an amazing guy.
Oh, they do. They say he's amazing. They just absolutely love him.
Yeah.
And everybody's happy. It is. That's what they couldn't say enough nice about it.
Was it Betty? No, just a girlfriend from goes to school in Providence named Marcella.
Yeah, that's right.
They met way back in high school at a field hockey camp.
That where you live, you know.
I like that. We used to live just down the road from them. I live a little bit more down. Oh, I love her. She's a senior.
Oh yeah.
Marcella?
Olivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holland.
She's a mutt.
I would do
mutt.
Yeah, I would too. I'd rather take my grandchildren. So what did you take up at Red State?
I think.
What am I taking? Film.
Now you're a sophomore.
I'm graduating soon.
When you graduate?
On
So,
4th.
you know, even if they end up in Concord, and they're not going to end up,
Yeah.
so it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But,
So you're going on?
No, I'm not going to graduate school. I'm going to face the real world and keep writing and write for grants and see what happens. That's all.
Yeah, and even as far as getting
it's a pin.
Getting ahead for the kids, you know, the grandparents are taking care of the grandchildren and allowing people to.
Well, you can stick that in your nose if you get yourself pierced.
And I mean, the grandparents themselves are
nurturing. Marcella, you're supposed to be the calming influence, remember?
They look nice in your belly button.
Yes, there is
So,
but it's not going to happen.
That's Carol Jones.
I should have. No,
they'll end up.
I can tell by the ribbon, Carol.
It is.
I thought you could tell by the wallpaper.
This is wallpaper, isn't it?
And it's glued.
Well, she must have saved all the money for the gift, so you're in luck.
We need to like steam it off, or?
No, excess. Never throw anything away.
Oh, it's nice, huh?
Is this yours, Carol?
Yeah, it's her
It's a wallpaper. That's a bath. She did a bath.
Real wallpaper? Oh, good, thank you.
She did a bathroom with that.
Valerie wouldn't keep any excess wallpaper. Are we redoing our bath? That's right. I know you would, Valerie.
Valerie, you don't keep one.
How did you just know?
Oh, I keep one. I don't know.
Did you tell?
What? You don't have one, do you?
No, but I was. You did good. She's happy. Real good, baby. What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's a camera.
A lens. A camera thing. A lens. Oh, I get a kiss.
Whoa.
Very
Dan,
wonderful.
come on, next time we give a lens.
Forget the acorn.
Mary Ann, the acorn is symbolic of
Acorns are
something.
nice.
But you better learn to love them.
I haven't gotten to that yet, dude. You ruined the surprise. Thank you very much.
She's gonna open this one and everything.
Take it apart.
Well, I was hoping you didn't have that. I didn't.
No, definitely not. Here, come on, girl.
Open this one very carefully, okay?
Too bad this was the paper.
You see the part where it's got the spit? That's where Sue ripped it and she stuck it back
Please
down.
don't rip it.
Sue wants the paper.
I'll be real good about it.
Wait a minute, we already have our bathroom paper.
No.
We're gonna have the Egyptian,
That paper,
thing
it was
in there.
funny because it was a fundraiser. I was at this party and this woman was selling paper. And it was pretty. Yeah, she sold the little gold bows with it.
You know, I think that actually was going to happen to me. About my gown getting caught. It would.
Well, it may work, I don't know.
It did?
You're welcome.
Thank you for not letting me read this before I went up because I would have been invited after, right?
She's the one that said you would do it. I said, not you.
Yeah. 625, 675? 650 kids. Thank you very much. Actually, very glad that it did not happen. I was nervous about tripping up.
Well, he had a
I'm not
schmaltzy
the
one. He had a schmaltzy one.
Marcel, how many in your class?
I think about 500 altogether, all majors. Wow. It's a really small school, comparatively anyway.
Are you glad you made that choice?
Yeah.
What are you waiting
Yeah. I mean, it's basically the best art school in the country, so I guess you can't really go wrong that way.
see that little, is there a red light flashing?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is on my leg.
Flashing.
That's the low battery, right, Marcella?
That's the low battery.
Well, but she was waiting for something big. You know,
Oh, you want me to take a picture?
She's probably getting her knee right now.
Marcella, very steady hand.
Very steady.
I don't care about
Okay, rip it.
Oh, zoomed all the way in.
Can't wait to see this film.
Yeah, it's going to be about 10 quick hits.
I wish you'd quit picking your nose. I got it.
She's got everybody.
Didn't do well in the sort of keep filming.
Yes, I am. No, that's okay. Do what you will. I know. I'll give her the remainder.
Always scary.
You've got two people.
Wonderful. No.
Oh, okay. Please, Mary, mine.
Well.
Careful with the paper.
Ah.
Oh, what a good one.
That was a mathematic.
Very good.
Valerie, I want one too.
I thought of that.
No, it's funny. I thought of that too. I won't buy it. It's a new coffee shop. Each buy it.
Oh, what I got a shot of, boy, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Does it come with instructions?
I know. I'm sure it does. I know.
You walked by the actually, I thought of it, and then I walked by it. I know Amy has something like that. Where the guy goes out to make
Anybody want cappuccino?
Yeah, he goes out.
Oh, it is a prop.
Oh, yeah. She's great. Oh,
No, Dave wants it. Dave does.
I had the biggest disaster. I burned my hand. That's why I'm like real curious.
Maybe they'll have
And there was no cuts.
Oh, this is just it's right over for our history class.
The fish go.
Wow. Snap out of it?
I mean, it was really.
Have you ever seen it? Run, those, run. It's like in t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. But it was
same artist.
Yeah. What would you like?
How's it get?
Nefertiti.
All he wanted was tape.
The tape.
He says magic mending tape.
He's got the biggest ball of twine in the.
Oh, God, you guys.
Marianne.
I was like, God, just here. I don't know.
This is all yours.
Yeah, mine is the snap out.
Hey, Claude, that's a cute, cute bun. Cute bun.
Something about the earth being inherited, blah, blah, blah.
Just give me a little warning, that's all.
Inherit the earth, we are borrowing it from our children.
Exactly.
Mine just snap out of it, and it's got pearl on it. That's like dressed up in invading. No. He doesn't think it looks like me.
Getting Val from the I think this paper in her bathroom.
I use your paper. I like the real thing. Hollywood
I can't believe you did that. What did you think I was going to do?
I just want you to know.
That was the first time Peggy ever met that.
Oh, I know. Poor Peggy.
I couldn't believe it.
Marianne? I'm going to put it in my art history station.
Here, take it off.
Hey, we know how to make you happy.
I know, I mean, wrapping paper. We have to have
Wrapping
it
paper, give it to Sue.
Like the kids, they like box kids.
So, trust me, keep the whole sheet. Who wants it? I don't think Marianne will, and I know Maureen will throw it in the trash tomorrow.
I was, so I
You're going to be part of the bus?
You really?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, thank you.
What is that, a little house for him?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. And chocolates. Put holes in it.
Wait a minute. Oh, isn't he cute?
What's the writing on the inside of the box say?
It says, oh, it's
Oh, careful.
No, I didn't really
Free game inside.
Free game inside. All right, we start here. What's
Could I put my dog in there? Could I have that?
God, you guys are scabbing
Are you going to play that game?
I think it's outside of the room.
Marianne, when you get this older, this will take much to make you happy. If that's a traveling case for the bear.
Ah.
Isn't that cute?
I think that game in the box is for the
Thank
bear.
you.
Yeah. When the bear goes
Oh,
to Columbia.
Oh, that's so cute.
Take it to New York with you.
It doesn't have my name on it. Yeah.
That's what you get from BU, huh?
I don't want to hear anything. That's your life companion, Marianne. You have to take him.
Everybody have a name. Boy, we're going to be
Hi. I'm here for my graduate school. Don't hurt me.
And you have a problem, you're going to be hugging him.
When the bars are on the windows.
There was a drive-by.
She walks into town and says, look, I'm John DeMarco's daughter. I got no problems in this town.
I don't think in Harlem that's going to work.
That may work in
You never know.
Brooklyn, maybe.
I gotta tell you about Brooklyn. That's where
Thank you very much.
Don't say it.
Paul's cousin lives in Brooklyn, and his mother went to visit him, and she went out when she was getting ready to go home, and she went out and got into the car, and she drove a little way, and all of a sudden the car died. Somebody had stolen her all.